Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today we're gonna be looking at my my vintage Western F39 skinning knife. Kind of a hunting knife, skinning knife, jack of all trades. Has this real nice upswept blade on it. Nice thumb ramp. I mean, this is from the 60s. And look at that jimping. Square. F39 Western, Boulder, Colorado, made in USA. Excellent, excellent little knife. The handle on this guy is different from the other ones. It has stacked aluminum with, I can't remember what they called it, like fiber something or other. It's basically like a fiber plastic handle. I'm not sure if it's even plastic. I would honestly say is probably more similar to like a micarta, a modern micarta, or a phenolic. Not sure. Kind of like Buck did. Basically a hard plastic, but fiber reinforced. You rarely see one of these with a busted up handle. You see a lot of Westerns with their handles that are screwed up, and it's due to the nature of how they make them. Like this guy right here, my W39. There's gaps in there. This wobbles. But they have a skeletonized tang from basically where the guard is back. There's two separate tangs. I did another video showing it. But yeah, this thing circa 1960s, late 1960s, 1969, who knows, somewhere in the 60s, you know, so this is 60 years old. It's seen better days, a lot of pitting. These are carbon steel. It's a 1095 variant. They were known for doing a good heat treat on their blades, but they will rust. And you know, in 60 years of people probably, who knows how many deers this thing skinned. You know, people it poked, who knows what happened with it. But I imagine it sat in somebody's tackle box, it sat in somebody's hunting rig, they went out hunting and didn't clean it off properly and it rusted. And you know, there is pitting, but it's very, very shallow pitting. You can barely feel it with your finger. It still feels smooth. There's a couple spots that are kind of deep that you could probably get your nail in. But honestly, I like it. It kind of just, it's got character. It goes with the knife itself. There was a whole line of these Black Beauty knives that came out in the 60s, and there's a catalog. I'm going to put it in right now. So that's the catalog. Real neat. This is, they did have an F40, which was just a ½ inch bigger. I will believe this was 5 inches of blade. Yeah, 5-inch blade. We're looking at about, man, you don't even know, 4.5 cutting. Maybe not even, maybe a little bit more, a tad more. And we're looking at about 9.25 overall. For being the largest knife in that Black Beauty group, it has a small handle. I mean, I do have extra large Gorilla Grip here, but it takes up all that knife. It's not uncomfortable, but to use the thumb ramp though, I gotta go way back here. It's kind of unnatural, but it works. Or I just pull my hand back. But yeah, could you imagine when this thing came out? It was probably gorgeous. It was dull as shit when I got it, and I sharpened it, of course, because I sharpen everything. And I'm gonna cut a California, something they sent me when I got my license or renewed it. Screw California. But whew, man, these things just take wicked nice edges. Oh, all right, okay, there we go. Yeah, operator error on that one. But yeah, it's very, 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 very sharp. And I don't know what they heat treat these to, but, or did back in the day, but These are known for being excellent skinners, or just hunting knives all around, or just camp knives. I mean, they've been used literally for, God, well, the Black Beauty's been around for 60 years. The W39, it says right there. Oh, W36, my bad, not 39. You know, this is, look at the size difference here. In the handle, it's longer, and it's got a hell of a lot more girth. And we all know it's about the girth. But even the blade, a lot thicker. This is just a much more chunky knife. And it's still not even that big in the hand. But no weird thumb ramp. I could put my thumb wherever I want on it. I say weird, but you know, I guess I could do the same thing here too. But yeah, these things are cool. I mean, if you can run across one, or if you do run across one, I wouldn't hesitate picking it up. I paid $40 for this thing, and it was worth it. The sheath, I do have the original sheath with it, but it has seen much, much, much better days. The snap's broken right here. The back of the leather is actually not that bad, but as you can tell, it tore. And I think it tore due to the nature of how they made it. So I was thinking about remaking this sheath, but I'll just come straight across and put a rivet up here instead of this little doodad that probably got pulled, and you know, you're walking through the brush and that hangs up on something and rip. My best guess of what happened. And then it's literally falling apart. 60 years old, never been taken care of. Original button, I was trying to figure out if it said anything on there, but I think it is just a design. But yeah, I'm probably going to remake a sheath for this eventually, in the same exact pattern. And like I said, just run this piece straight across here, put my rivet in the corner, because the sheath actually is a well-fitted sheath. You know, nowadays some of the sheaths you get are just kind of generic. This was actually fitted for the knife. So obviously somebody wanted to incorporate this thumb ramp into their design, which you can't really access it, but I don't know. I think it's cool. It's definitely something you would have seen in the 1970s, early 1970s, late 1960s in your hardware store or your local whatever, you know, sportsman store. So yeah, what do you think?